Good Morning Northwest, a controversial vote about Liberty Lakes Library, what the decision means for the potential of banning books.
Well, the rain continues, but light rain, and then we're going to see some breaks this morning and then more rain coming in, and we will cool down. We could see some snow. The timing on that is coming your way.
And the remarks raising eyebrows this morning from President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump, one about why one is seeking re-election and the other about becoming a dictator. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks so much for waking up with us, starting your day. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. It is Wednesday, December 6th. And if you've had enough of the rain, well, we got some bad news for you.
Yeah. More's a coming. Here's Mark with your first alert forecast.
It's like, and you go, yeah, no, it's more rain. However, into the West Plains, we've stopped, and downtown stopped raining for now, 47 degrees. Still some light rain into the Coeur d'Alene area, 45, very mild. 36 is an average high for this time of year. So we look at what we have in the 4 things you need to know. The atmospheric river remains. We're just on the banks right now, put it that way. Rain coming in through Thursday. It's going to be breezy as we transition, but we could see and probably will see snow this weekend. Saturday looks to be the best day. We'll talk about it. The radar right now, okay, so we've got this break, but now coming in through Ritzville, there's another band, heavier amounts in around the Ritzville area on I-90. So if you're going to be traveling west, yeah, the wet roadways, and that will continue throughout the day. But that's coming our way, so this break we get right now won't last long. Temperatures currently very warm. Post Falls, you're at 47 degrees, 42 into Deer Park. We've got 46 into Spangle and Cheney. Downtown, 48 degrees. So a very mild start. Here's your forecast for the day. While we're getting that break between now and maybe 10 o'clock, we're going to see sustained rain this afternoon. We'll cool as the sun sets, but we're still going to be in the 40s, but temperatures nearing 50 degrees throughout much of the midday and afternoon.
And we're tracking details from D.C. at the Breaking Now desk. And President Biden's candid new remark on why he's running for re-election, saying he's not sure he'd be running if former President Trump wasn't also in the race.
Would you be running for president if Trump wasn't running?
I expect so, but look, he is running, and I have to run.
Now, earlier last night, Biden made headlines at a closed-door fundraiser when he said, quote, if Trump wasn't running, I'm not sure I'd be running. The statement came as he portrayed Trump as a threat to democracy. Trump appeared on Fox News last night, where he was asked whether, if elected, he would retaliate against his political opponents.
You would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one. We're closing the border, and we're drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator, okay?
Meanwhile, new details in the election interference case against Trump involving his alleged role in the January 6th riot. In a new court filing, special counsel Jack Smith outlined more evidence he plans to introduce at trial. The new filing claims Trump encouraged violence after his election loss in 2020. It also says Trump sent supporters, including groups like the Proud Boys, to the Capitol to achieve the criminal objective of obstructing the congressional certification. Trump has pleaded not guilty. Tonight, he'll attend a fundraiser as his primary challengers face off in their 4th debate. And overnight, ABC News learned Nikki Haley's campaign in New Hampshire, campaign director in New Hampshire, has parted ways with the campaign. Meanwhile, former Congresswoman Liz Cheney, a fierce critic of Trump, now says she's considering a third-party run. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
The Liberty Lake City Council has passed a controversial ordinance that would give it some control over the library board. After several hours of discussion, the vote passed 5-2. Mayor Chris Kaminskis, who vetoed a similar ordinance in May, has said she will not veto this decision. According to council member Chris Cargill, there is nothing in the ordinance that would allow them to ban books. He says the library board will still make the policies, but the council can review them. This library ordinance has been a heated debate in Liberty Lake for the past several months.
We're hoping to learn more today about how a man ended up dead in the street in West Central Spokane. The body was at the intersection of Augusta and Pettit Drive near the West Central Community Center. Medics tried to revive the man, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say that it's possible this was a hit-and-run situation, but as of right now, it's too early to tell.
This time of year, we always have increased activity when it comes to danger to pedestrians. The reason is the hours that we have daylight are diminished. Weather like this, when it's rainy out, really hampers visibility, so it makes it a lot harder for people to see.
Now, the name of the victim has not yet been released. This is still a developing story, and we'll update you as soon as we learn more.
We have new details on the police shooting that killed a suspected shoplifter in front of a Walmart in North Spokane. According to the Spokane Independent Investigative Response Team, a police officer working security at the North Colton Walmart saw a man possibly stealing merchandise with a device meant to remove anti-theft tags. The officer then confronted that man as he tried to leave the store, and a fight broke out as two officers tried to handcuff him. Officers then tased the man. Investigators saying at some point someone yelled, "Gun." The Spokane police officer then saying the suspect had been shot. He was later pronounced dead at the scene. The officer who fired their weapon is on administrative leave.
The jury trial is set for the man charged with the murders of 4 people in Kellogg, Idaho. This family of 4 was shot and killed in their home nearly 6 months ago. The man accused was their neighbor. Major John Kaler is charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder. Now, according to court documents, the parties in the case were said to be trying mediation outside of court in hopes of reaching an agreement. But now a trial date is set to start on March 4th. Now, pre-trial is set for the end of January. We'll keep you updated here on KXLY 4 News Now and on our website, KXLY.com.
Good morning. Northwest time is now 6 minutes after 6 o'clock.
Let's head back over to Mark to see what we can expect throughout the day today. Got some flooding in our area, but not as bad as the other side of the state.
We've got flooding due to not only the rain falling, but also the melting of that precious snow around the ski areas and the higher elevations. But Spokane's not a part of it, so it's going to be, again, Northeast and North Idaho. Just be aware, you know, the low-lying areas. We're going to have more on your forecast coming up.
A man shooting off flares in a Virginia home causes that explosion. It destroyed the house and rocked the neighborhood. Just ahead, what we're learning about that man.
And a killing spree in Texas. Multiple people are dead this morning, and the suspected killer is now in custody. That story coming up right after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The all-new Bet Ahead feature is now live at Caesars Sportsbook, located inside Spokane Tribe Casino. Make your picks online from anywhere before you place your cash bets. Only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
A Washington Group home where boys should have been safe. The reality?
Sick and heinous things that shouldn't happen to children happen to me.
Decades later, justice. But is it enough? Hell on the Range. Thursday on 4 News Now at 6.
Lewis Culligan, your local water experts since 1936. The world's most efficient water softener. Safer drinking water in every glass. Convenient, reliable delivery. Industry-leading technology. Here for every water worry.
It's here once again. An adventure in Coeur d'Alene with family and friends. Trees will light up, snow will fall, while you're dining, shopping, and having a ball. Santa and STCU hit elves in secret spots, so keep an eye out and you could win lots. If you find our elf on a shelf while in downtown Coeur d'Alene, a Fig Pickle shopping spree, Seahawks tickets, or gift cards you could gain. Explore CDADowntown.com if you want to learn more.
Find the perfect gift for your wine lover during our 12 days of gifting.
A new special every day. Visit us in-store or online.
Come in to Lake Tuck Creek today. Sip, shop, and ship most anywhere in the USA. Cheers.
Another successful year of making spirits bright at Cowley Park. It just keeps getting bigger and better. We couldn't do it without the wonderful help from our sponsors, Ace Hardware and Horizon Credit Union. I'm Mark Peterson with the Extreme Team.
It's time to jumpstart your New Year's resolutions this week at Move Fitness with a special Enroll Now $24 offer to get you moving more in 2024. Move Fitness.
Spokane Tribe Casino brings you laughs and rock and roll like never before. Live on December 14th is comedy sensation Nikki Glazer. And don't miss the biggest acts of the 80s during the 80s Rock Invasion on December 16th. All at Spokane Live. Entertainment without limits.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
Welcome back in. The time now is 6:10, and here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. The man suspected of a string of homicides and shootings in Texas has now been caught.
6 people are dead, 3 others injured, including 2 police officers. Police haven't identified the suspect yet. He's accused of killing 2 people in a San Antonio area home yesterday morning, then shooting and injuring a school district officer before shooting and killing a man and a woman. He then allegedly shot a man on a bicycle before opening fire on an Austin police officer. That officer was responding to a burglary call where 2 more people were found dead. Law enforcement says they only realized all those incidents were connected once they arrested a suspect.
The FBI investigation into the cause of this home explosion in Northern Virginia on Monday night is revealing a lot about the man who is presumed to have caused it. 56-year-old James Yo is presumed dead. Human remains were found at the scene. Now, since the explosion, investigators have uncovered, quote, concerning social media posts apparently made by Yo, including conspiracy theories against the government, law enforcement, media outlets, and his neighbors. The FBI says James Yo had been communicating with them for years, primarily about frauds he believed were perpetrated against him.
In India, a tropical storm has killed 13 people. Nearly 400,000 people have been affected by the storm, which has led to power outages in 3,000 villages. More than 140 trains and 40 flights were canceled.
In our Wednesday morning 10-second takeaway, the rain will continue today. It will be breezy at times, so make sure you get the rain gear and a warm layer as well, even though it's going to be 49 degrees today.
The Manitou Park Holiday Lights Show will shine once again this weekend. The volunteer run event is free. Saturday and Sunday is drive-through only viewing from 6:30 to 9:30. Then on Monday, you can walk through the Winter Wonderland. We will have a live report from there tomorrow morning on Good Morning Northwest. We'll give you a sneak peek of the light show. In the meantime, you can check out the details about it on KXLY.com.
That looks so pretty going through Manitou.
It is fabulous.
Can't wait to check it out.
It is now 6:12.
The images are incredible. We have people being rescued in Washington as heavy rain caused some serious flooding all over the Northwest. We'll show you more just ahead.
And as we take you to a commercial break, here is a live look this morning at the lights at Cali Park, making spirits bright on your Wednesday morning. We'll be back on Good Morning Northwest right after this.
After a quick flight to the North Pole, at-risk children can experience the magic of Christmas through Fantasy Flight.
A child should have amazing and magical Christmas memories. The Spokane Fantasy Flight creates a once-in-a-lifetime adventure to the North Pole full of gifts, love, laughter, and elves.
The America Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Fantasy Flight as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
At Parker Toyota, we believe in driving with confidence. Parker Toyota's certified pre-owned vehicles offer you affordability and dependability when buying your next Toyota.
We take the guesswork out of buying pre-owned because every Toyota certified vehicles goes through 160-point check by our trained technician.
Whether it's a stylish sedan or versatile SUV or a fuel-efficient hybrid, we have the largest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the area.
See our huge selection of vehicles and receive our no-problem customer service at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
Hey, Donnie, can you give me one reason to call the advocates?
Sorry, Ken, I can't.
I can. I mean, who fights like we do? You can't give me one reason?
Nope.
How about that we take on big insurance bullies? We're not afraid of any case. We're passionate and smart. Really? You can't come up with one reason?
I can't come up with one, Ken. Because there are 500 million.
All the money we've recovered for our clients. Injured? You deserve justice. You deserve an advocate.
Time of year the reindeer fly. You can't see them on their sleigh ride across the sky. Gather all your friends around or go out and paint the town. It's the only time of year the whole wide world turns upside down.
Do you have property damage? Burke's Restoration provides full-service emergency response for residential and commercial disasters. Wind damage? Burke's can handle that. Is flooding your problem? Burke's Restoration knows just what to do. Fire or smoke damage? Call Burke's today. You didn't plan on a disaster, but you have a choice on who restores it. Choose the best. Burke's Restoration takes care of fire, smoke, wind, or water damage and more. Tell your insurance company you choose Burke's Restoration. Call or click today.
Your whole health is more than what you find at the doctor's office, because it's all around you. The food you eat, what makes you happy, and what keeps you up at night. The place you call home. It's why we created a health insurance company that considers so much more. WellPoint, your whole health is our whole point.
4 News Now is brought to you by R&R RV.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's 6:15. Heavy rains across the region are pushing creeks and rivers to the brim. In Gresham, Oregon, just outside of Portland, a man was helping homeless campers when he was swept away in this creek and killed. Emergency crews tried to save him, but the water was simply too dangerous.
Floodwaters from the Gray River trapped this woman on top of her car in southwest Washington. A Coast Guard helicopter lowered down, as you can see there, to rescue her. The Coast Guard says it's rescued 5 people from the county, all from that flooding.
And all that rain caused a landslide, shutting down a stretch of Amtrak's Coast Starlight Rail between Seattle and Portland. The company expects the closure to last through this morning. All right, this is your morning. Look at that snowman. He's kind of wet this morning, though. This is down at Cowley Park with the lights, the making spirits bright.
So that snowman got his origins at Gonzaga University years ago, and then, you know, we got him there. So we've had different organizations help us.
He's traveling.
He won't melt.
There
he won't melt.
He's magic.
He's magic. It's Gonzaga.
That magic hat.
It's Gonzaga magic. There you go. All right, good morning, everybody. Let's take a look at what we expect when it comes to forecast rain. We're going to see and this is by 2:30 this afternoon, over a ½ inch or near a ½ inch in Grand Coulee, 1/3 of an inch in Colville. We're going to have, again, tenths, expecting maybe 2 tenths by the end of the day, by tomorrow morning. So light rain for us, heavier amounts as we go up into the higher elevations around Coeur d'Alene and certainly into Sandpoint. They're going to get quite a bit of rain. They're hoping for snow and a transition into Schweitzer. 3/4 of an inch into Pullman. So today, rain, light rain, 49 degrees for the high today. Heading here this morning, I mean, it was 48. Now it's 47 degrees. So we're going to be in the upper 40s throughout the day. Now, tonight, 33 degrees, and we have rain. Now, we're going to talk about the timing and why that doesn't mean snow for us as yet. Here is a look at what's happening currently around the country. Now, the Midwest is absolutely beautiful. New England's got some light snow falling and much colder air, near record highs last week. And now we're going to see that cold air dive into the Atlantic seaboard throughout this week. Now, we take a look at what's going on. Oregon, that I-5 corridor all the way up into the Cascades. Heavy rains in some areas. Now we're getting lighter rains as it crosses over the Cascades, but they're going to continue to hold on to that rain, and that flooding issue is still going to be a big issue for them. For us, we've got some minor flooding going on. Our 4-day forecast, and I want you to pay attention because this is going to show you a little timing. So we have the green. There you go. By Thursday morning, we're going to see still that chance of rain for us with snow moving into the mountains. That's going to be great news for Schweitzer, Lookout, Silver. We're going to see a break in the action, colder air coming in, and then we're going to see Friday mountain snows into North Idaho. We have 50% chance of seeing some energy, but we have a relatively dry day. Look what happened Saturday. We have the colder air mass. Now we're going to see that snow that's going to bring light snow into the valley where we live right here. So that's the expectation for Saturday, is that we will see a return of snow and colder temperatures. 49 our high today, 52 into Coeur d'Alene, 52 Moses Lake, Tri-Cities wet and 54. Planning forecast. All right, 49 today, 40 Thursday. We continue to cool Friday to 36 with about a 50% chance of light snow. But Saturday, it looks to be light snow here with a high of 34, drier next week, but temperatures during the day freezing, overnight lows in the mid-20s. Back to normal.
Yeah, big change.
Yeah, it's been Abby normal lately, but it'll be normal next week.
That's for sure. Thanks, Mark. Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:19 on this Wednesday.
Coming up, we take a look at sports. The Zags took on Arkansas Pine Bluff at home last night, but made some changes to the starting lineup. See what Coach Mark Few had to say about his reasoning for the change after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I? Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms. This holiday season is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Joni here at Post Falls Volkswagen with this bold and beautiful Taos. But there's more than just good looks behind this compact SUV. This is the perfect choice because it's also practical and efficient, with driver assist and all the latest enhanced safety features. Plus, the Taos is packed with the useful high-tech features you use every day. If you're thinking of a compact SUV, think Taos at your nearby Post Falls Volkswagen, the home of 0000.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call Swap. I gotta call Swap.
Here you go.
That's it? I'm calling him.
You forgot your check.
Craig Swap & Associates is on your side. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been North Idaho's premier flooring shop for over 30 years. From remodels to new construction, they've got your home or business covered from wall to wall. Their expert design team will work with you to find the perfect floor for your lifestyle and budget. They've got the lowest prices. From carpet and area rugs to hardwood, LVP and laminate, if you can dream it, they can floor it. Dream it, design it, live it at Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight. Walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is a bluebird. Here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along. Walking in a winter wonderland.
Gonzaga basketball decided to switch things up. Welcome into Morning Sports. I'm Julian Minenselm. The Bulldogs made a change in the starting lineup. Jun-Suk Yo getting the start in place of freshman Dusty Stromer last night. Head coach Mark Few saying it was to get some extra minutes for some of the bench players. And it was the perfect game to do so. Bulldogs taking on Arkansas Pine Bluff, and he didn't get the start, but Stromer was filling it up from 3. Gonzaga started the game on a 28-2 run. That was also in large part to the big fella Braden Huff. Huff had a team-high 19 points for the Bulldogs. Arkansas Pine Bluff trying to get back into it. Golden Lions force a couple misses. Kylan Milton all alone for the easy dunk on the other end. But Anton Watson says, I have something for that. Watson with the reverse slam underneath. And then it's the guy who got his first start, like I was just talking about. Jun-Suk Yo forces the turnover, and it's full steam ahead for the Bulldogs. With the lay-in right there, Gonzaga cruises to a 111-71 victory. Mark Few on his team's fast start.
I thought they did a good job of just, you know, playing the game the right way and being focused and not looking ahead to the UW game. And I thought it was just a really, really mature approach by the whole team.
Gonzaga will take on the Washington Huskies at 8 o'clock on Saturday in Seattle. Number 21 Washington State women's hoops on the road at South Dakota State. And this one was close throughout. We pick it up in the 4th. Cougars with the ball. Eleanor Villa open from 3, and she buries it in the corner to put WSU up by 7. But the Jackrabbits, well, they have some hoopers on their team. Paige Myers is one of them, showing off the left hand off the glass. That cuts it to a 4-point game with under 2 minutes to go. But then sophomore Astera Tahina has taken a major leap for the Cougars this season, and Tahina hits the biggest bucket of the game. That seals the deal for Washington State. Cougars hang on 69-64. Tahina led the way with 18 points. WSU will take on Washington in a rivalry game at 1 o'clock on Sunday. And that'll wrap us up for Morning Sports.
The state of Washington will pay nearly $17 million to victims abused at a Pend Oreille County group home. The abuses at the J. Bardee Ranch date back to the 1970s and 80s. And nearly 40 years later, survivors are finally getting justice for the hell they endured under the care of the state.
DSHS, you were the custodial parents when you took these children in as wards and designated them for foster care. It was your obligation to protect them. It was not these boys' fault that J. Bardee staff members were taking them into the woods in the middle of the night and raping them. It was not their fault that they were getting stabbed by sexually aggressive youth who had been placed there alongside of Down syndrome kids or cerebral palsy kids.
That was attorney Daryl Cochran, who has made it his mission to advocate for survivors. One of those survivors is a main reason J. Bardee Ranch was forced to close its doors. You'll hear his heart-wrenching story in my special report tomorrow on 4 News Now at 6 o'clock. Good morning. Northwest Time is now 6:25.
A national security alert. Why the head of the FBI is warning about the highest terror threats to the U.S. since 9/11. Coming up in our next half hour of Good Morning Northwest.
Also ahead, did you know Medical Lake has its own Mrs. Claus? How one woman has made it her mission to bring joy to families in need. As we head to break, here's your first look at what's coming up on GMA at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, it's the type of scam that costs American car buyers over $1 billion a year, rolling back the odometer.
To have it happen to you, it's kind of like a slap in the face.
Paul Burrows from Iowa paid $10,000 for this 2015 Audi A6 to a private owner in Chicago, thinking it only had 66,000 miles. But when he registered the car with the state, he discovered the truth.
The mileage has been altered. That car has 185,000 miles on it and not 66,000 miles on it.
As we discovered, it only takes minutes to cheat. And this morning, we're about to show you a demonstration of just how easily it can happen.
And you just tell it a new number.
That's it. Hit enter, and you'll see mileage will go change. 43,000 miles on it.
It's all coming up at 7 a.m. with your GMA First Look. I'm Steve Osinsami, ABC News, Atlanta.
Travel, there is nothing like it. Dancing is my passion. But with my moderate to severe eczema, it hasn't always been easy. I was constantly itching, whatever I was doing. Now, I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Tire Store.
Spokane's hottest music.
Break me for so done with you, girl. I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star.
Hot 96.9.
My name is Steven, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. I had a large tumor in my left lung in November of 2018. We went through in 2020 doing a lot of end-of-life planning. Summit was very aggressive in my treatment of diagnosis. Since then, with my recovery, we're doing a lot of life events. I love the people there. I would recommend Summit Cancer Center. My wife calls it a miracle.
4 News Now and BECU are teaming up to welcome in some holiday fun and friendly holiday spirit. Send us a picture of your pet decked out for the holidays and you could win a $200 Amazon gift card courtesy of BECU. For details, go to kxly.com/holidaypets.
Magical moments. Snowy adventures. Warming up. Making memories. A winter wonderland. The perfect close-by getaway this winter is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Find countless ways to play and plan your escape at cdawinter.com.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now story tracker following the stories people are reading about this morning.
Television producer Norman Lear has died. Lear made a profound impact on television with his shows like All in the Family and The Jeffersons. Lear died of natural causes. He was 101 years old.
Don't forget to check your lottery ticket. That's a lesson lots of us can learn, especially for a guy or a person in Florida. An unclaimed lottery ticket worth $44 million is set to expire next week. If no one claims the prize by December 11th, 80% goes to the Education Enhancement Trust Fund and 20% is returned to the pool for future prizes.
Well, if you missed the 3-hour finale last night, there were some new champions with Dancing with the Stars. The season ended with 2 perfect scores for actress Xochitl Gomez and her partner Val Smirkovsky, who walked away with the trophy. Jason Mraz and his partner Daniela Carriga danced their way to second place.
Taylor Swift is Time Magazine's Person of the Year. The magazine's editor-in-chief, Sam Jacobs, said Swift is a choice that represents joy, someone who's bringing light to the world. Swift beat out 8 other finalists this week, including King Charles III and Barbie. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, Barbie. Well, thanks so much for joining us this morning. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It's Wednesday, December 6th. Let's check in with Mark in your first alert forecast. It's Wednesday and it's wet.
Yeah, we've got some very light rain. Sprinkles coming into downtown. We're sitting at 47 degrees. Over to Coeur d'Alene, wet roadways. You have a dry sky right now, not for long, 45 there. Now, we look at what we have for the 4 things you need to know. A little Christmas background there. Atmospheric river continues not only today, but into tomorrow, and then it pushes away. We're going to see that rain through Thursday. Then, as that atmospheric river pushes into the Midwest, it's going to be breezy, and we'll see snow coming in this Saturday. We'll talk about the timing on that. Right now, we look at the radar, and it's busy. There's no doubt. Into Ritzville, Othello, now we're starting to see more of that body of rain that's going to come in. We're going to see that West Plains, then over us in the next 15 minutes. Wilbur, you continue to have the rain. Kennewick is finally drying out, but they're going to get more rain later on in the day. Temperatures currently, we're sitting into the mid to upper 40s. We have mid 40s into Hayden and Coeur d'Alene, 45 into 9 Mile, 47 Cheney, Deer Park even at 41 degrees. Your forecast today, yeah, we're going to see some drier conditions mid-morning. Our high today 49 with a continuation of rain throughout the afternoon and evening.
Overnight, Israel has widened its air and ground offensive in southern Gaza in an attempt to wipe out Hamas leaders.
This comes as the head of the FBI says that the terror threat level right now in the U.S. is the worst since the days before 9/11. Let's get over to Sydney Charles, who's live at the Breaking Now desk for us this morning with the latest details.
That's right. FBI Director Christopher Wray warns that threats to the U.S. are an all-time high right now, with the war raging between Israel and Hamas. He says a number of terror groups are using social media to call for attacks. Wray is now urging Congress to renew a U.S. spy program that he says would have major consequences if it expires at the end of this month. Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act allows the U.S. government to collect, without search warrants, the communications of targeted foreigners outside the country.
702 is key to our ability to detect a foreign terrorist organization overseas directing an operative here to carry out an attack in our own backyard.
Meanwhile, Israel's Air Force struck about 250 Hamas targets in Gaza over the past 24 hours. That's according to the Israel Defense Forces. These new videos from the IDF showing the extent of those airstrikes. The United Nations says since the start of this war, more than 80% of Gaza's population has been driven from their homes. The U.S. continues to urge Israel to do more to protect Palestinians as it continues its air and ground attacks.
It's chaotic, it's panic, it's constant fear, and it's this self of entrapment that is prevailing now.
According to the Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry, over 16,000 people are now dead and 42,000 are injured. In a news conference just yesterday, Israel's prime minister saying that Israeli troops should retain control of the Gaza Strip even after this war ends. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Cindy, thank you. A former staff sergeant at Fairchild Air Force Base will be sentenced today. He pleaded guilty to stealing ammunition. According to court documents, John Sanger and Eric Eagleton hatched a plan to steal up to 3,000 rounds a day from the base. Sanger was being investigated for anti-government social media posts leading up to the January 6th Capitol riot. He pleaded guilty to those theft charges and was court-martialed with a dishonorable discharge. He now faces between 18 and 24 months in prison if the federal court agrees to his guilty plea.
The off-duty Alaska Airlines pilot who is accused of trying to shut off a plane's engines mid-flight is no longer facing attempted murder charges. Cheney High School graduate Joseph Emerson still faces 84 charges of reckless endangerment, one for every passenger on the plane. His lawyers say he never intended to hurt or put anyone at risk. His lawyer previously said Emerson suffered a panic attack while on the flight and was in a dreamlike state during the incident. They also say he took mushrooms 2 days before the flight. Emerson is set to be arraigned tomorrow.
A person died this weekend in a crash on Spokane's South Hill. The sheriff's office says this crash happened on Glen Rose, south of Carnahan Road on Saturday night. Investigators say a man was having trouble with his minivan and stopped in the northbound lane of Glen Rose. The man was standing near the rear of the van when another vehicle came along and didn't see it because the van didn't have any lights on. That driver tried to swerve out of the way but slid on the icy road and hit the man and the van before sliding into the ditch. That man was rushed to the hospital where he later died.
One woman is making sure every child in need gets their Christmas wish. Jody Rivas has been playing Santa for Medical Lake kids for several years. But after the Gray Fire, she says this job is more important than ever. Jody collects letters to Santa from local children through a P.O. box and online. Once she receives the letters, she creates special gift tags with ages, genders, things like that, and they'll be hung up at local businesses. That way anyone can help make a Christmas wish come true.
I got to go to the store and buy it myself. I will. I will not tell a child, no, Christmas has to be magical. It has to be.
In response to the Gray Fire this year, kids, adults, and entire families can submit letters to Santa. If you'd like to help grant a Christmas wish, you can find the link in this story on KXLY.com.
That's so special. Such a great cause there on this time of year. Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:37.
As you head out the door, this guy is going to tell you what you can expect.
We're going to see light rain continuing, heavier potential rain this afternoon as the kids are coming home from school. So you're going to need that rain gear to and from. And as an adult, one should have rain gear as well because we're all going to share in this. The atmospheric river is upon us. And of course, you can see some of the beautiful lights as we look at Riverfront Park. It's gorgeous.
It is cool. The clock is ticking when it comes to the future of the Salvation Army's Trent shelter. If funding isn't secured, hundreds could be out in the cold this winter. What it'll take for council to agree to another contract.
And after months of strikes and filming delays, Hollywood actors have officially signed on to their new contract. Details next on Good Morning Northwest.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
For safe winter driving, Perfection Tires got it. Cooper, Nokian, Toyo, and many other quality brands.
Winter tires can allow you to stop up to 50% faster on snow and ice.
Expert advice, fair price, easy credit. Nobody beats perfection.
The holiday magic is here, and so is the biggest mattress sale of the year. We are embracing the spirit of giving this year by putting every bed in the store on sale. Our Regal King and Queen's beds are up to 15% off. Need a bed for the kids? They're on sale too. Want a luxury adjustable bed? With the purchase of select King or Queens, we'll give you an adjustable base for free. Don't miss out on our biggest sale of the year. Sleep right. Buy Twilight.
Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call Swap. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
At Coeur d'Alene Wigs, we have that great hair day every day. Wigs are a great way to look and feel good in a matter of minutes. With over 60 years experience, we will help you find a wig that matches your personality and gives you confidence. We also measure, fit, and refresh your current wigs. Stop in and shop our great selection of wigs, toppers, and accessories. Walk-ins welcome, appointments recommended. Coeur d'Alene Wigs, where it's a great hair day every day.
Attention, RV shoppers. R&R RV in Liberty Lake has just lowered prices on every motorhome, fifth wheel, and travel trailer in stock. Last year's models are slashed to the lowest clearance prices you will ever find. We're talking jaw-dropping savings on Montana, Rockwood, Cougar, Winnebago, and more. Don't delay. R&R RV's fall clearance sale is on now. Quit dreaming. Just do it. Hurry to R&R RV to claim your new RV and save thousands. Visit R&R RV in Liberty Lake, I-90 exit 296, or shop now at rnrrv.com.
A brand new holiday musical with Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins, and Jerry Lee Lewis. $1 Million Quartet Christmas the Musical.
December 23rd at First Interstate Center for the Arts, BroadwaySpokane.com.
Don't let freezing temperatures leave you stranded this winter. Let our certified technicians at Perfection winterize your car.
We'll check your tires, antifreeze, battery, belts and hoses, wipers, lighting, and more.
Keep your car going strong this winter. Nobody beats perfection.
It is now 6:40. We are less than a month away from Spokane Mayor-elect Lisa Brown taking office. One of the biggest challenges her new administration faces is what's going to happen to the Trent shelter once its contract with the Salvation Army is up. That's at the end of the year. The City Council was supposed to vote on the new Salvation Army contract Monday night, but it's been deferred until December 14th, 2 weeks away from the deadline. If the council cannot reach an agreement with the Salvation Army, the shelter is at risk of shutting down, leaving hundreds of people in the cold this winter. Council member Jonathan Bingle says the council is looking for clarity from the Salvation Army before it can agree to another contract.
Not a single member has even just, remotely discussed that getting shut down in January. But we do have a budget that is hard and fast, and so we need to find ways to make it work within that budget.
He says council members just want to make sure they can afford everything needed to keep that shelter running under the Salvation Army.
Good morning. And the 10-second takeaway, getting you ready for your day. The light rain is going to continue. Make sure you're dressed appropriately with your rain gear. It's going to be breezy. Make sure it's a warm layer and slow down as you drive around. 49 the high today.
Members of SAG-AFTRA, the Hollywood Actors Union, have now ratified their new contract. The contract caps a months-long saga, which included a 4-month strike that had paralyzed the industry and raised questions about the future of the entertainment business. Now, Hollywood actors and producers reached that tentative deal back on November 8th, following months of contentious negotiations. About 78% of SAG-AFTRA members voted to ratify the contract. Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:42 on this Wednesday.
Have you started chipping away at that Christmas list? If you are doing most of your shopping online, there are ways to make sure you don't fall prey to scammers. We'll let you know what you need to look for next on Good Morning Northwest.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Tire Store for winter tires with no credit hassles. At the Tire Store, they'll let you split up your repair bill over a couple months. Get your car fixed today. ASC certified. Start an account with no credit check. Tire Store.
One of my favorite programs is the People Helping People program.
Any BECU member can nominate a nonprofit that they care about.
We are so appreciative of BECU and their support for our program. One of our parents, who also happens to work here, was able to nominate us. Our service of the community really aligns well with BECU.
Last year, we gave away 3 grants in Spokane. This year, we're slated to give away $525,000.
Thanks to BECU, we are able to meet the needs of more families.
It's the new Coeur d'Alene Nissan Service and Parts Center. We're ready to keep your car in the best condition possible so you can drive with confidence. From express service to more advanced diagnostics and repairs, our certified technicians deliver expert service and advice. We also have an inventory of factory Nissan parts. You can personalize your vehicle with accessories tailored to your Nissan. Parts and service at the new Coeur d'Alene Nissan right off Highway 95.
Wow, it's literally the color of Santa's sleigh.
If I was Santa, this would be my sleigh.
So you just drive across the ocean?
I don't know. Maybe some of us still believe in a little thing called Christmas magic, so... Well, there you go.
Enter to win a shiny red Porsche. Grand prize drawing December 28th, only at Northern Quest.
Hello, I'm Diamond Dan Clark.
And I'm Jeweler Jane.
And we're from Clark's Diamond Jewelers in beautiful downtown Coeur d'Alene.
Our famous snow promotion is back for Christmas.
If it snows 4 inches or more in 24 hours on January 11th, 2024, all purchases made between November 21st and December 30th will be refunded in full. And that means all engagement rings, loose diamonds and gemstones, jewelry and gifts could all be free.
Shop Clark's Diamond Jewelers this Christmas and let it snow diamonds.
The Tire Store for winter tires with no credit hassles. At the Tire Store, they'll let you split up your repair bill over a couple months. Get your car fixed today. ASC certified. Start an account with no credit check. Tire Store.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Welcome back in. The holiday shopping season is now upon us, and experts say that means cyber criminals are out in full force.
ABC's Rena Roy has tips on how you can keep your money safe while buying gifts this year.
'Tis the season for holiday shopping, and that means it's important to stay vigilant online.
We are in such a rush to get the right gifts, to get the right deal, to do what we think we need to do during this season to make it pleasant for ourselves and our family and our loved ones. I caution all to be very cautious before we engage, before we provide our financial data.
As millions of Americans check off their gift lists, experts warn cybercrime is on the rise.
We recently did a survey with Ipsos, and what we found were about 30% of individuals in America have been victims of some sort of cybercrime.
Tammy Hudson, a cybersecurity client officer for Wells Fargo, says artificial intelligence has made some scams more sophisticated and tougher to spot.
Threat actors using artificial intelligence and specifically bots to gain user credentials, steal assets, and get other information that users, more common than not, put out on social media, various social platforms, and the threat actors use that to build a profile in order to more easily guess what those credentials may be.
But there are things you can do to keep your money safe. Hudson says keep the security software on your devices up to date, change your passwords regularly, avoid using public Wi-Fi, and double check the link and name of the website you're on.
Make sure that URL, which are the letters within that website address, has HTTPS instead of just HTTP. The S on the end of that website indicates that it is secure.
You should also avoid saving your personal and financial information on a site. Instead, Hudson recommends typing it in each time you make a purchase. And the safest method of payment? Credit card.
When you are using a credit card, there is a certain amount of historical information that is attached to that credit card. Typically, threat actors don't like to engage with the use of credit card because of that tracking.
Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And as we are getting ready to head outside this morning, there's some heavy fog in areas and also
rain. So we look at the radar and we are seeing, again, this light rain that we are seeing come through the area. Now, we have been out of it for an hour or so, but now we're getting back into it as this makes its way up I-90, also to the north, Deer Park, Davenport, Colville. Everybody is going to play part. So we got a little bit of a break there, but this atmospheric river, we've been calling it, or again, the Pineapple Express, because it's so warm, will continue today into tomorrow, and then we're going to see a change. 49 for the high today. We're going to get that light rain tonight. 33 for the overnight low. Now, rain, I get it, 33. That's right next to 32. That says snow. But it's the timing in which the cold weather comes in behind that. And we'll cover that in a moment. All right, so the Midwest looking pretty good. Here is that atmospheric river, right? And it's coming in Northern California, along the areas of Oregon coast, Seattle. Some of the areas, you look at Gig Harbor, they picked up almost 4 inches of rain. The Olympics picked up over 8 inches of rain into the mountains. So they've been, again, just plummeted with all this rain. Now, that continues to, well, it's going to taper off later on. We're going to see the potential. Thursday, 3 a.m., we still have warm enough temperatures for rain, but we're going to see the cooler temperatures into the higher elevations. That's going to push out colder air now coming in, so we'll be drier by that time. So we're not going to see the snow here, but into the mountains. That's going to be the good news. That's going to continue Friday into Saturday. For us, we're going to see Saturday with another plume of moisture coming in, and Saturday, 1 o'clock, cold enough temperatures that we're going to see that as light snow into Sunday morning, and then things will improve again. So Saturday is the best day to see that snow. 52 into Coeur d'Alene, 49 into Spokane right now. Our planning forecast calls for 49, our expected high today. 40 tomorrow, 36 Friday, and 34 Saturday, again with that really good chance of light snow in the lower elevations. And then it's going to get colder and drier next week with temperatures hovering above freezing, just barely. Hey, want to let you know, into the Coeur d'Alene area, if you go to Coeur d'Alene Police Foundation, they're going to be holding an annual toy drive. That toy drive, once again, will be for Sacred Heart Children's Hospital and the children in Kootenai Hospital. And of course, you can find the details on our front page at KXLY.com. And again, they do this every year. I just want to give them a shout out. Sacred Heart Children's Hospital, of course, Lights Cali Park. We love it.
It's great stuff.
Awesome. Love to hear it. Thanks, Mark.
It is now 10 minutes before 7 o'clock. Your morning sprint is coming up next.
We'll see you right after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Our motto here at Holiday Heating is fixed right or it's free. That means that we'll get the job done right the first time, and if we don't,
we will own up to that and we will take care of it for you for free.
Fixed right or it's free means that we are accountable for the 100% satisfaction of our customers.
we'll come back and get the job done and with no additional charge to the customer.
We are humans and we do make mistakes, but we are here to make it right and make sure our customers know that.
The holiday magic is here, and so is the biggest mattress sale of the year. We are embracing the spirit of giving this year by putting every bed in the store on sale. Our Regal King and Queen's beds are up to 15% off. Need a bed for the kids? They're on sale too. Want a luxury adjustable bed? With the purchase of select King or Queens, we'll give you an adjustable base for free. Don't miss out on our biggest sale of the year. Sleep right. Buy Twilight.
Your whole health is more than what you find at the doctor's office because it's all around you. The food you eat, what makes you happy, and what keeps you up at night. The place you call home. It's why we created a health insurance company that considers so much more. WellPoint, your whole health is our whole point.
To jumpstart your New Year's resolutions this week at Move Fitness with a special Enroll Now $24 offer to get you moving more in 2024. Move Fitness.
Wishing you a happy and joyful holiday season from BECU.
Respect, protect, pay essential grocery store workers.
One good job should be enough for an honest person.
UFCW 3000, the Essential Workers Union, helps make that a reality.
UFCW 3000 fights to make sure that essential workers get better wages, respect on the job, and a safe workplace.
Fair wages, health care, and a pension plan. The things every working person deserves. Thanks, UFCW 3000.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Wednesday in the morning sprint.
Sydney Charles has new details on comments from President Biden on why he is running for re-election.
But first, let's get over to Mark Peterson talking about another day of rain ahead.
Let's get right to the radar and show you what's going on in our First Alert Weather. And the First Alert Weather app, by the way, if you haven't downloaded the latest version, do that. Get it updated. You'll love it. We continue to see the rain in our area, and it's right along I-90. So south of that, drying out to the north, you're going to stay in the rain throughout the day. Temperatures right now, we're into the upper 40s. It's very mild. Our day today, yeah, it's going to be light rain this afternoon with a high of 49.
Lake City Council has passed a controversial ordinance that would give it some control over the library board. After several hours of discussion, the vote passed 5-2. Mayor Chris Kaminskas, who vetoed a similar ordinance in May, has said she will not veto this decision. According to council member Chris Cargill, there's nothing in the ordinance that will allow them to ban books. He says the library board will still make the policies, but the council can review them.
We're hoping to learn more today about how a man ended up dead in the street in West Central Spokane yesterday. The body was in the road at the intersection of Augusta and Pennant Drive near the West Central Community Center. Medics did try to revive the man, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say it's a possible hit-and-run situation, but right now it's too early to tell. The name of the victim has not been released. This is still a developing story, and we'll update you as soon as we learn more.
We have new details on the police shooting that killed a suspected shoplifter in front of the Walmart in North Spokane. According to the Spokane Independent Investigative Response Team, a police officer working security at the North Colton Walmart saw a man possibly stealing merchandise with a device meant to remove anti-theft tags. The officer then confronted that man as he tried to leave the store. A fight broke out as two officers tried to handcuff him. Officers then tased that man. Investigators saying at some point somebody yelled "gun." The Spokane police officer then says the suspect had been shot. He was later pronounced dead at the scene.
The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office has identified the human remains that were found near Timber Ridge Road last week. The remains found by hunters on November 26 have been identified as 36-year-old Jacob Keith Fulweiler from Rathdrum. Now, Fulweiler was reported as a missing person with the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office back on February 20th. The cause of death and toxicology reports are still under investigation by the Kootenai County detectives.
The jury trial is set for the man charged with the murders of 4 people in Kellogg. This family of 4 was shot and killed in their home nearly 6 months ago. The man accused is their neighbor. Major John Kaler is charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder. According to court documents, the parties in the case were said to be trying to mediate outside the court in hopes of reaching an agreement. But now, a trial is set to start March 4th.
A former staff sergeant at the Fairchild Air Force Base will be sentenced today. He pleaded guilty to stealing ammunition. According to court documents, John Sanger and Eric Eagleton hatched a plan to steal up to 3,000 rounds a day from the base. Sanger was being investigated for anti-government social media posts leading up to the January 6th Capitol riot. He pleaded guilty to theft charges and was court-martialed with a dishonorable discharge.
The off-duty Alaska Airlines pilot who's accused of trying to shut off a plane's engines mid-flight is no longer facing attempted murder charges. Cheney High School grad Joseph Emerson still faces 84 charges of reckless endangerment, 1 for every person on the plane. His lawyers say he never intended to put anyone at risk or hurt anyone. They also say he took mushrooms 2 days before the flight. Emerson is set to be arraigned tomorrow.
And new details on Capitol Hill. President Biden saying he's not sure he'd be running for re-election if former President Donald Trump wasn't also in the race. Biden made headlines at a closed-door fundraiser when he said, quote, "If Trump wasn't running, I'm not sure I'd be running." That statement came as he portrayed Trump as a threat to democracy. Former President Donald Trump appeared on Fox News last night where he was asked whether, if elected, he would retaliate against his political opponents. His answer and what he says he would do on day 1 if elected back into the White House is coming up next on Good Morning America.
The Park Holiday Light Show will shine once again this year. This weekend, the Volunteer Run event is free. Saturday and Sunday, it's drive-through only viewing from 6:30 to 9:30. Then Monday, you can walk through the Winter Wonderland. We'll be live from Manitou Park tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest to give you a preview of the light show. In the meantime, you can check out the details on KXLY.com.
Should be gorgeous.
We'll check in with weather and Mark right after this break.
4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Roundup's like an accidental savings account.
But how much can you really save?
Yeah, I mean,
whoa.
Kylie and I know there's a lot of great choices for new and pre-owned cars in North Idaho.
And we want Parker Subaru to be your first choice.
Because Parker Subaru has won the coveted Subaru Love Promise Customer Commitment Award every year since we began in 2012.
Not only do we have a great selection of Subarus, we have an award-winning service center.
Because we are committed to keeping you satisfied long after the purchase.
Right now, it's the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event. Visit Parker Subaru in Coeur d'Alene. 4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
ABC News, honored for excellence with 41 Emmy nominations, the most of any news organization anywhere. Thank you for making ABC News America's #1 news.
Well, we hope you're having a great start to the day. We do have light rain falling right now in Spokane. You see One Spokane Stadium there, and oh man, I got to tell you, it's been light, but it's accumulating. We're going to see that continue throughout the day. Highs today are going to be well above average. 36 is a normal high. We're going to be at 49, nearing 50. In fact, we'll have 50s downtown, but that's going to be throughout the afternoon, and then as the sun sets, we'll start to cool down. We'll have tomorrow cooler with a high of 40. Friday, 36. Now, Saturday looks to be the best chance of seeing light snow coming in Saturday midday afternoon with a high of 34.
Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, we'll see you throughout Good Morning America with live local updates. GMA starts now.